Hi and welcome to Quizamp. I've got a great quiz for you today. We're going to cover lots of subjects and really test your general knowledge. If you're new to my channel, let me show you how we play Quizamp.
Your challenge is score 50 points or more from the rounds and then face the star questions. If you can score 50 or more, you'll have a choice. Take on just one star question, beat it, and become a Quizamp champ. Or take on all 3 star questions, and if you can get them all right, you'll be a mega quiz champ. The ultimate Quizamp title. Use a pen and paper to keep your score, or just play along for fun.
Okay, so that's your challenge. You'll have 7 mixed rounds, then a rapid fire bonus round before facing those final star questions. The first round is all about gold. The scoring for this is very simple, 2 points if you get the correct answer. Before I give you the options, 1 point if you need the options. So let's play the first round, gold.
Nearly half of all the gold ever mined on Earth came from which country? For 1 point, South Africa, Russia or China? The answer, South Africa. What is the most common use of gold worldwide? The options are financial investment, jewellery or electronics. The most common use is jewellery. What is the common term for gold specifically held by central banks? Treasury, reserves or bullion? That is, reserves. What is a facility that produces gold coins called? A depository, treasury or mint? That is, a mint. What traditional system measures the purity of gold by dividing it into 24 parts? The carat, mint or troy system? That is, the carat system.
Our next round I like to call 2 clues, because I'm going to give you 2 clues to a famous novel. If you can guess the novel from the first clue, give yourself 2 points. If you need the second clue, it's 1 point. So let's see how many of these novels you can name.
The narrator, Nick Carraway, befriends a mysterious millionaire who throws extravagant parties but rarely attends them himself. The story centres on the titular character's obsession with Daisy Buchanan. That is, The Great Gatsby. The novel opens with the famous line, "Call me Ishmael." The story follows Captain Ahab's obsessive hunt for a giant white whale. That is, Moby Dick or the Whale. The protagonist, Winston Smith, works rewriting historical records at the Ministry of Truth. Set in the dystopian superstate of Oceania, ruled by the dictator, Big Brother. That is, 1984. The central quest involves destroying a powerful ring by casting it into the fiery chasm of Mount Doom. The story follows Frodo Baggins on his perilous quest across Middle-earth. That is, The Lord of the Rings. A teenager fakes his own death to escape his abusive father and travels down the Mississippi River. He teams up with Jim, a runaway slave. That is, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Our next round is a picture round. These are all related to plants. There are no clues, so it's just 2 points if you know the correct answer. So let's see how well you know your plants.
Which one is poisonous to humans? That's A, oleander. Which one is not carnivorous? That's A bird of paradise. Which one is used to make chocolate? That's B. Which one is a coffee plant? That's B. Which one is used to make tequila? That's C.
And don't forget to keep sending in your photos for the Hall of Fame like these guys did. And a big thank you to everybody who's purchased a Quizamp mug, link in the description down below, and keep sending those photos in. Round 4 is all about ancient Greece.
The Parthenon is a temple dedicated to which goddess? Your options for 1 point: Hera, Athena or Aphrodite. The answer: Athena. Who was the poet traditionally credited with writing the Iliad and the Odyssey? Aristotle, Hippocrates or Homer? That is Homer. Which Greek city-state is widely regarded as the birthplace of democracy? Sparta, Thebes or Athens? The answer is Athens. Which 27-year war was fought between Athens and Sparta? If you're not sure, for 1 point, the Peloponnesian, Persian or Trojan War? That was the Peloponnesian War. Who is considered the father of history in ancient Greece? Your options are Herodotus, Socrates or Plato. The correct answer there, Herodotus.
Our next round is another picture round, so again, 2 points if you get the correct answer. This one is all about pets, hence the t-shirt. I hope you like it. Let's see how you do.
Which one is a Maine Coon? That's B. Which one is nocturnal? That's C, a hamster. Which pet has the best sense of smell? That's A, the bloodhound. Which of these pets has the longest lifespan on average? That's A, the tortoise. And which of these pets has the longest gestation period? That's C, the guinea pig.
Round 6 is all about Nikola Tesla.
In which country did Nikola Tesla carry out most of his famous experiments and professional work? For 1 point, Germany, the United Kingdom or the United States? The answer, the United States. Tesla is best known for developing what type of electrical system? Alternating current, direct current or photovoltaic system? The answer, the alternating current system. Who did Nikola Tesla effectively win the war of currents against? If you're not sure, here are your options: Heinrich Hertz, Thomas Edison or Alexander Graham Bell. That was against Thomas Edison. In 1898, Nikola Tesla demonstrated the first remote-controlled what? Car, airplane or boat? The answer is boat. Tesla spent much of his later adult life living in hotels in which city? New York City, Las Vegas or Los Angeles? The answer is New York City.
If you've signed up for my weekly newsletter, and there's a link for that also in the description down below, but you haven't received it yet, then please check your spam folder because that's where it'll be. And also make sure you mark it as not spam so it doesn't end up there in the future. Our final round before we get to the bonus round, round 7, is all on random knowledge. Let's play.
How is 30 written in Roman numerals? VVV, XXX or XL? It is XXX. What kind of animal is a tilapia? Is it a fish, a bird or a snake? It is a fish. What type of food is pumpernickel? Cheese, sausage or bread? It is a bread. According to mythology, what fed on Prometheus's liver daily? A lion, eagle or wolf? That was an eagle. An Olympic indoor volleyball team consists of how many players on the court at any one time? 5, 6 or 7? There are 6.
And now it's time for the bonus round. I've got a great mix of questions for you today. There's 20 of them, they're worth 1 point each, and we'll review the answers when we get to the end of the round. So let's play the bonus round.
Superconductors require temperatures that are extremely high or extremely low. The Strait of Hormuz connects the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman or Aden, which can spit venom, a cobra or anaconda. The first month of the original 10-month Roman calendar was Aprilis or Martius. What does the C in CEO stand for? What colour are ravens? White or black? Which of these borders China, Thailand or Vietnam? Which was a medieval weight equal to 240 silver pennies, Tower pound or Castle kilo? Which is 8 hours behind GMT during standard time, Sydney or Los Angeles? Gustav Klimt was a painter or composer? Who makes the Galaxy smartphones, Samsung or Nokia? Which has the highest mortality rate, rabies or Ebola? Dinosaurs first appeared during the Jurassic or Triassic period. Singer Bruno Mars is from Hawaii. Is that true or false? Which animal is said to preen, birds or reptiles? Watermelon is actually about 92% water. Is that true or false? Mao Zedong was known as Chief Mao or Chairman Mao. What is the heaviest human bone? Birds have a lower body temperature than mammals. Is that true or false? Which country once printed the 100 million billion Pengo note? Zimbabwe or Hungary?
Just imagine trying to pay in a shop with a 100 million billion note and they say, have you got anything smaller? Yeah. Yes, I have. A trillion? Anyway, let's check those answers and see how many of the bonus questions you got correct.
Superconductors need extremely low temperatures. It connects the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman. Some cobras can spit venom. First month of the Roman calendar, Martius. The C in CEO is chief. Ravens are black. Bordering China, Vietnam. At medieval weight was the Tower pound. 8 hours behind GMT, Los Angeles. Gustav Klimt was a painter. Galaxy smartphones are by Samsung. With nearly 100% mortality rate after symptoms appear, rabies. Dinosaurs first appeared in the Triassic period. Bruno Mars is from Hawaii. Said to preen is birds. Watermelon is about 92% water. Mao Zedong was Chairman Mao.
The heaviest human bone, the femur. Birds actually have a higher body temperature than mammals, so that's false. The 100 million billion pengo note, that's Hungary. I hope you did well there and picked up loads of lovely points. It's now time for the highlight of the quiz, which is the star questions. So add up your score. Have you scored 50 or more? Even if you haven't, play along anyway just for fun. So now you have a choice. You can either play one star question, and if you get this correct, you will be a Quizamp quiz champ, or take on all 3 of the star questions, and if you get all 3 correct, then you will be a Quizamp mega champ. I'm interested to know if you're a regular player, do you normally go for 1, or do you go for all 3, or do you go for all 3, but if you only get 1 right, you call yourself a Quizamp quiz champ? How tough are you with your scoring? Anyway, before you make that decision on going for 1 or all 3, let's have a look at what the subjects are this week. We have geography, health, and food science. So pick either one of those subjects or all 3, and let's now play the final star questions. Name the most recent supercontinent that joined almost all of the Earth's land masses into one. Which common over-the-counter pain medication is used in low doses to manage heart conditions? What is the sugar in milk called? So were they things that you knew? Let's check those answers and see. That supercontinent was Pangaea. That over-the-counter medication, aspirin. And the sugar in milk is lactose. Okay, so let me know in the comments down below if you're a Quizamp quiz champ or mega champ, and don't forget you can purchase your fantastic mugs using the link in the description down below and send in your photos for the Hall of Fame. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again on another quiz.